I'm Chris, that's Sam. We're getting closer and closer to opening day, which is next Wednesday for the Yankees, who are playing, San Fran on Netflix. So we're going to have some streaming action. I don't know if you saw this. Jameis Winston's going to be a part of the broadcast, and Barry Bonds part of the broadcast as well.
Funky group of guys, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
why are they putting Jameis Winston on the MLB broadcast for Yankees Giants? I think it's funny. I love Jameis. It's just a weird, random toss in for it to be Jameis Winston.
Who is the opening day starter for the Yankees?
Freed. Freed.
No one has this. Nobody has this.
Has what?
This is Jameis Winston at third base. Carlos Correa is at the plate. And Max Fried is the pitcher. High school showcase, East versus West. Jameis Winston steals home on Max Fried with Carlos Correa at the plate.
Yo, over under, this gets brought up like 5 times during the broadcast.
100% the over.
Over under. What a pull from you. You kidding me?
Crazy.
I was like, I knew about this clip, but I didn't piece together that it was Freed. Like, it didn't translate in my mind that, like, oh my goodness, he's going to start opening day. That's a full circle thing right there, Chrissy.
Dude, full circle thing. And it just hit me. I didn't even know it either. Me and my brother were talking about this clip, and we pulled it up, and I'm like, I recognize that motion anywhere. Yeah. That's Mad Max. That's Max Fried.
That's insane. Bro, over under 5 times.
Oh, yeah, definitely the over.
Yeah, like over. Yeah. Like, James is going to spam it. Like, oh, you guys know that dude pitching out there? Yeah, I stole home on him one time. Years ago.
On honestly, the best defensive pitcher in baseball.
Yeah, literally.
Guys who are Gold Glovers every year. He takes pride in that.
Constantly,
Max Fried is great on the mound.
Yeah, 100%. He's a baller. Like, that's unbelievable. What a pull.
Yeah, crazy
pull. Way to start an app, dude.
Great. Hey, had something for him. It's crazy because, Max Fried is the side character in a bunch of these one-off internet clips. Do you know the other one I'm referring to when I think about one-off internet clips?
I don't, but I need you to explain it to me.
Russell Wilson pinch hit for Aaron Judge.
Oh, he was pitching that day.
Yeah, and he was pitching that day.
He was pitching for the Braves that day. He's like, what is he, like the Jeff Teague of MLB?
Yeah, dude.
You know, Jeff Teague's in every little NBA story.
Side character for all this stuff, dude.
That's so funny, dog. I didn't even think about that, man. Yeah, because the Wilson clip will get regurgitated once every baseball season by Giants people, and it's always just Max Fried on the bump. It's insane to think about.
And then they did an interview with Max afterwards. He was like, "Dude, I was so nervous because I was trying to make the rotation. I didn't have
yeah."
And he was like, "I can't give up a hit to a football player." And he's like, "But also I wanted to have respect to the pitcher, so I'm not going to throw him a curveball I know he can't hit. So I just got to gas him up 3 straight times."
Right.
Just a quick little hilarious Max Fried moment. But I do want to start with Chase DeLauter. I'm hearing my guys over there, Andrew, kind of let me know, hey, look, there's grumblings that Chase DeLauter is going to make the team. Just grumblings, just rumors. Before in the spring, Chase DeLauter, obviously the Guardians' second best prospect, but has had one of the top springs, got the crazy funky swing, raking this year, and he's competing for an outfield spot with Nolan Jones. It feels like Chase DeLauter is going to make the team now. And Nolan Jones had a horrible spring too. It's not good.
Yeah.
So they're going to do though in Cleveland, dog, and I think that a lot of, because come trade deadline, I think the number one outfielder that's going to get mentioned is going to be Stephen Kwan. The Guardians are moving Kwan to center field. Thoughts on moving Kwan to center field? Do you think it's to play DeLauter in the corner, or do you think it's to raise value in case they trade Kwan at the deadline this year?
This is a value thing. It's a value thing 100% because you're gonna value a center fielder rather than you would a corner outfielder. And he's a great defensive corner outfielder. Do not get me wrong. And don't get me wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong here, Chris. He played a lot of center field in the minors, right before he came up.
I believe he was a center fielder in the minors, but they were worried about his arm strength. He's got one of the weaker arms, and he's like a pinpoint guy. So they stuck him in left.
But he was a guy that they had shopped around constantly last year. I know there were offers that came in from the Dodgers and from the Mets for him last trade deadline. I know that the two teams went in their separate directions. But yeah, when you move a player like that from a corner to a center field spot with DeLauter coming up now, There's no doubt about it that by deadline time, we don't think they're going to be great this year, do we? I think that he ends up getting shopped, and then like the Louder should be their everyday guy if he can stay healthy.
100%. That's been a big gift with him. He hasn't stayed healthy for a single season dating back to college. For Quan, I don't. To me, no matter what kind of season he has, I think they're moving him because what does Cleveland always do? They get guys, but they will trade them before that final year of ARB. So they're trading a piece with multiple years. And here we go. If you're having a battle and thinking about sending Chase Lauder down, that means that you feel like you have a surplus of outfielders anyway.
Yeah, for sure.
You can move on from him. Speaking of another minor leaguer who has been lighting things up, another prospect that's been ridiculous. I mean, it looks like LeGrande's spring is over. Maybe one more start. He did not make the Yankees starting rotation. He's been optioned. But if I read you his stats, it would not do him a service of how dominant he's been. A .66 ERA so far this spring. The fastball has touched over 103 miles per hour. And he's cut down on the walks in a great way. 13 strikeouts to only 4 walks. Thoughts on Carlos LeGrande?
Dude, I'll smell you in May. I'll see you in May, dude. Like, there's so much smoke around him, and there's been smoke this entire week about him and making the big league roster. Austin Wells came out and was like, yeah, he could help us right now. Booney yesterday, when they sent him to minor league camp, was like, this was a really tough decision. We never thought that we would have to make this decision, but it's gotten to this point. Chris, he stuck around longer than pretty much any other minor leaguer in camp. Elmer got sent back immediately. Lombard got sent back immediately. Spencer Jones got sent back immediately. He hung around with the big cats, and now the plan with him, Chris, is they're going to send him out to Arizona with the big league club with their 26. I'm assuming that they're going to send their 26. Maybe it's going to be 27 or 28 that they end up sending out there because LeGrande's going. They're going to send him out there to Arizona with the big league club to pitch on Monday versus the Cubs regulars. If you want to sit here and try to tell me that they're going to keep Carlos LeGrande in the minor leagues for more than 2 months, I think that you're ludicrous. Injuries in the sport happen all the time, especially pitching injuries. If Luis Gil is unbelievably poor in his first couple starts with the Yankees, it's not going to shock me if they say Gil down, LeGrande up. If he just keeps balling, I know he's probably going to throw in triple for a little bit, but like, dude, them sending him out with the big league club tells me something that like you're not done with him just yet. We're going to see him real soon. I'm not too upset with it.
Smells like service manipulation.
100%.
Let me see what we have in Luis Gil. It's funny because Weather's results have been bad, but pitching people seem to like Weather's process a little bit more and like
for sure
stuff.
Yeah,
but to me, LeGrande is going to be I think he's going to be a starter for them at some point this year. So
well, it's like the way it pans out right now. I mean, like obviously they're dealing with the Rodon and Cole injuries. Like they're not expecting Cole back till June 1, but I still have my questions about that. But right now, it's like Fried, Schlittler, Warren, Gil, Weathers. Like, that doesn't look great. I feel a lot better if I could just plop the 22-year-old in the 3 spot and be good. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
because I think everybody's comfortable with that.
The opening day rotation is Fried, Schlittler, Warren, Weathers, Gil. Yeah. Obviously, like it's very boomer busty. It feels like with Weathers and Gil, and sure. I think myself included, I'm expecting a pretty decent jump from Will Warren. But if you're a Yankees fan, you got to feel good about this rotation to opening day last year versus last year's, right? Last year you had Cookie and Stroman go out there to make starts, and that's definitely concerning. I do want to turn the page a little bit. WBC stars getting back in action. It is cool seeing guys play for the country, but I'm turning the page on that. I don't want to get too much discourse about it, but we're seeing guys kind of do some things. I'm expecting, and I don't want to be a hater. I think we're going to see some off of a cliff regression from Cal Raleigh. Like off of a cliff.
I'm with you. Yeah, I'm 100% with you. Like, there's no doubt. You don't go from hitting 60 home runs as a catcher, getting beat up every day. And they went into a deep playoff run too, Chris. Like, his body kind of got torn down last year with the amount of baseball that he played. WBC was gross, man. He didn't have a single hit. He was 0 for 9. They benched him for their last 3 games and decided to go with Will Smith. And then he comes back to spring training and immediately hits a 3-run double off the wall. Dude.
Well, after 4 strikeouts.
After 4 strikeouts. He needed to see the ball 12 times down the pipe. And then we're like, okay, we're good. But yeah, I'm with you on the regression thing. I don't know if I don't think he's going to be a 50 homer guy, but I think that
I think he'll get to 40. I honestly
I think he'll be a 40 guy.
I think last year's 60 power kind of came out of nowhere. This is a wild like callback. But in 2024, there were 2 players in the MLB with 30 home runs, 100 RBIs, and an OPS under 750. Those 2
And he was one of
players,
them.
Josh Naylor and Cal Rowley. And so the power spike kind of came out of nowhere. Now, look, he's talented, a good catcher, good offense, but I think there's going to be huge regression. I think that the way he's going to be talked about media wise is going to be disgusting. The way he's talked about social media wise is going to be awful because last year, not everybody was tuning into every Cal Rowley game to like see. It was like, oh, look, Cal just hit his 30th or his 40th, his 50th, his 60th. Like, they weren't tuning into every single at bat. He strikes out a ton, and some of the at bats are really ugly. And I'm curious to see how social media handles him with the microscope on him for 162. Now, I do like Seattle. I think they're a good baseball team. I like their pitching a lot. I like their lineup a lot. Like I am high on Seattle this year. I'm just wondering what kind of regression we're going to see from him because I think he's one of the guys that we are simply going to see it from, and it could be pretty drastic.
Yeah, I think that team is the best in the American League, by the way.
They are.
I think they're the best team in the American League.
Yeah. No, I firmly agree.
Even if with him hitting just 40.
100%. And they're going to have Josh Miller the whole year. Does Josh Miller steal 30 bags this year?
No, I think he's going to catch up, though. But he's doing it in the WBC, too. I don't know if you saw it. He was still doing it in the WBC.
Look, I'm small market Chris. I pitch to these guys. Not the mud, man. They be getting out the mud.
Small market Chris Drew, dog.
He be going. Hey, man, his brother. Dude, did you see his brother's new height came back?
6'2" to 5'11". Short kings rise up.
Are you hip to the shrink gate stuff? Because the MLB with the ABS, they're measuring everybody.
How do you go from Sam Lucchini to Chris Drew overnight?
Oh, crazy, bro. He's shorter than me. He's shorter than me. Bro, Bo Naylor on the Guardian website is listed at 5'9".
Oh, it's 5. I thought it was just 5'11".
No, Bo Naylor shrunk.
So he went from he was at 6'2", right?
I think he was 6'1" to 5'9".
Dude, this is Heightgate. What's going on with Heightgate? I saw that like Gavin Lux got like.
Dude, Gavin Lux got
too.
Yeah.
I think Gavin Lux is like 6'2" to 5'11". Like, what's good with that? Did they not know how to measure every year?
Bregman went down from 6 foot to 5'10". Here's what I've done research on this, Sam. You'll love this. So with the ABS system, MLB themselves has been going out, not letting the team submit them. The MLB themselves has been going out and measuring every single individual player down to the millimeter for the ABS box.
Do you think the guys like slip them a couple bills to like raise them up a couple inches?
I think guys' pride. Yeah, I think guys' pride is more.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Like it's like when you go to the DMV and they ask you how tall you are, and you always like add 1 or 2 inches, dude, right? Because you're like, I'm 6'6", like for sure, bro. Like you're 6'4".
Dude, Bronny was listed at 6'5" by USC. Went to the NBA.
No.
They said, brother, you're 6'2".
Are you trying to tell me that Alex Bregman was listed at 6 foot?
Yes, Bregman was 6 foot, the shortest 6 foot of all time. And we looked at him. We knew.
Yeah, like no.
We knew what the deal was.
Yeah, like there's no. Yeah, I'm telling you, they're like telling, hey, like, can you bump me up a couple?
Yeah, just bump me up
a couple inches.
It's like they just write it in system. Just write in your height. Any height you want.
Yeah. Dude, I'm telling you, it's the DMV, bro. That's exactly what it is. That's so funny.
Bingo. Just hilarious. So I thought that was comedy. Just a question for you because I don't know the answer. Who's the Mets ace?
Not Kodai Senga. Yo, listen, I think at this current moment it's Freddie Peralta, right? But I think that probably by the end of the year it'll be McLean.
Yeah,
but
I agree.
Juan Soto saying Kodai Senga is insane. Like I personally want to CTE test Juan Soto. I think that would be a pretty good move for probably us and the Mets to do because he said after the DR lost to Team USA that they were the better team, that the better baseball team lost that night. Dude, then you would have won the game. And B, Kodai Senga's your ace. Dude, there are 3 or 4 pitchers on that roster that are better than him. Like, starting with McLean and Peralta. You just traded for Freddie Peralta. Why don't you hype up the guy that just got here that you're going to want to extend for the long term? And then the young buck who just pitched for Team USA in the WBC final. Soto, what are you doing? I don't know if that's like, again, this is a CTE test thing. Somebody get that boy an AB test immediately, dog.
Bro, it's either that or he just personally views him as the hardest to face. Like that's my only other thing. It's like maybe
that's true.
The hardest to face. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe that's.
I mean, I guess like with the forkball is kind of gross.
Like, but like rhythm wise, bro. I think he's just an autopilot right now.
I think
think
so
he's just
too.
given just autopilot answers to
Yeah,
everything.
I do too. But well, because the thing with him, though, too, I mean, like, listen, like we saw it a couple weeks ago with the Yankee thing. Like when he was asked about the most fun teams that he played on, and he went like Nationals, Yankees, but everybody sprinted to the
Yeah,
Yankee comment.
yeah,
Nobody had a word about the Nationals thing. It's like every little thing that he says in the media, it does get scrutinized, dude.
yeah.
Like it does happen, right? Like he's because of the money and what happened to him, like he's just forever going to be criticized for it. So, like, yeah, I think you're 100% right. He's on autopilot.
The Braves opening day starter is Chris Sale. I'm gonna watch Chris Sale every chance that I get, just because I all time great, and I'm really hopeful. And it's like it's only notable because the Braves are gonna have a lot of not familiar arms because it feels like everybody popped. Everybody's UCL over there in Atlanta is like just pulled pork right now. It
Yeah.
feels off. It feels bad. Chris Sale opening day again, like the Chris Sales, the DeGroms, all the unction guys that are kind of on their back 3 or 4. I'm really excited about. Of the old heads, who do you think is going to be the best one this year? And I'm going to exclude Cole because I think Cole is 4 years younger than the old heads.
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm probably going to say Chris Sale.
Okay,
I think that Chris Sale is like, but then DeGrom comes out, dude, and the flashes of DeGrom dominance are still there. Like the little spurts that we'll get of DeGrom of like 8 inning 1-hit ball is still absolutely disgusting. But I will tell you from a consistency standpoint, Chris Sale's still going to go out there and like be a top 10 pitcher in baseball. I don't know how much you're going to get from DeGrom to that point as far as like from an innings count, but I know that like Chris Sale's probably going to go out there and give you 180, 190. And for a Braves team, it's going to need them, bro, because like you mentioned, their entire pitching staff just gets ravaged every year. So he's going to have to be super important for them. And if he can go out there and be the Cy Young guy that he was a couple years ago again, like he was again last year, because he was awesome last year too, I think it's going to be Chris Sale.
DeGrom is my favorite unk. He is.
For sure.
That's my favorite.
He's the best one.
He's the best. And he's like a year younger than Sale, I believe. And then I don't know if you saw this, dude, but like Verlander strikeout stuff is like top in spring training right now, which is absolutely fried.
He's cheating.
Yeah, like his strikeout to walk ratio was like 20. It's like, yeah, it's good. Like he's striking out everybody. But DeGrom last year threw 172 innings, not happening for back-to-back years.
Hell no,
not happening, dude. Not happening.
All right. Well, let me ask you a question. When was the last time before that he threw 170?
So 2024 he threw 10. The year before that, 30. The year before that, 64. So we haven't even crossed over 100.
Yeah.
The year before that, 92. Year before that, 68. Year before that was 2019 Mets DeGrom, which was chosen 7.2 B WAR, 255 strikeouts and 204 innings. That's the Cy Young Award. He went back. That's when he went back to back Cy Young.
Yeah, so it's been more than half a decade. It's been more than half a decade. And like I still think that he's got it in him when he's healthy, but is he going to throw 170 again? I don't think so.
Dude, that moment last year when he had the great at bat with Judge and
oh, dude, it was
Judge
so
flew out and just smiled. It's like, oh, the unks.
And that was like a 10-pitch just battle, right? Like that's best versus best. I think that you can probably say, and correct me if I'm wrong here, I think that of all the pitchers that are in the sport right now, right, like including like the Scoobles and like the Skeens and like all those guys, if everybody's at their peak, DeGrom's probably the best, right?
So I'm biased. DeGrom has my favorite stuff of all time.
Yeah.
Because like 98, 99 with everything you need. Location, shape. Like to me, DeGrom is my favorite.
Yeah.
So, like my favorite.
DeGrom's probably the best out of like that. Like him, like Verlander, you'd throw in there. I think like Pete Cole was in there too.
Yeah.
But then even like on a backside, like Scooble's like awesome and like so is Skeens. But like I think that if everybody's at the peak of their powers, bro, like if you need one, like a pitcher for one at bat over the last decade and a half, I think you're probably taking prime Jacob DeGrom.
Dude, yeah. I mean, like look, I love. I mean, who else did we include in there? I mean, I guess prime Garrett Cole.
Like 19 Cole, or even like 23 Cole was nasty, but I'd probably say 19 Cole.
19 Cole was crazy. That was Cy Young too. 23 Cole was a 7.4 WAR. That was a crazy year. 209 innings pitched and had 222 strikeouts. The 19 Cole was crazy, bro, because you know how many strikeouts he had?
It was like ridiculous, bro.
326.
Yeah, it was like ridiculous, dude. Like so he was 10 strikeout games all the time.
DeGrom in 18 9.4 B WAR, more than any singular Cole season.
Pitcher Aaron Judge.
I mean, yeah, that's Aaron Judge level WAR.
Yeah, it's pitcher Aaron Judge.
Yeah.
Literally, that's what DeGrom was at the peak of his powers, bro.
A 1.7 ERA and 270 strikeouts. So I love DeGrom. I'm excited for him this year. I just don't have faith he'll be healthy. Nick Kurtz got offered an extension in the 100 to 130 realm. Not enough, dog. We're talking about one of the great young superstars of the game. 130 is what Jackson Merrill got. I love Jackson Merrill. I really do. Nick Kurtz is on a different planet when it comes to bat on ball and hitting it.
So here's the thing with Kurtz, right, that I think is really interesting. And I want to think about the last big contract that was handed to a first baseman. It was Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Yeah.
Right. He got the big extension last offseason. In season. He got $500 million. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. last offseason had the quietest 20-homer, 830 OPS season I've ever seen in my life. Granted, the postseason was awesome, but Vladimir Guerrero Jr., compared to expectations of being a $500 million guy, was not great. So if you're Kurtz and you look at the season that you just had as a rookie, young buck that's just coming into this league, why are you going to settle for 130 when you're seeing a guy like Vlad perform like that's getting $500 million? Granted, I think that Vlad's going to be incredible for the rest of his career. I don't think that he's going to be he's not going to be a megastar. Yeah, he's not going to be an 830 guy for the rest of his career. But if you're Kurtz, dude, 130 is simply just not enough. You can go out in the market and get $300, $400 million, and I don't blame him whatsoever.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, dude. I think Nick Kurtz is going to be a really good player. I think my comp was like, even if you regress, I think that you could enter a contract year the same way Pete Alonso did.
For sure.
And so that's kind of where I'm at. And you're also going to get there sooner. So I'm really high on Nick Kurtz. I think that like if he signs an extension for under 250, I'm going to be upset. Like I need at least 250, and I think the A's need to pay him. Now I do love the A's bats and the A's core, but I do think it's good. Like look, young teams trying to lock up guys, go do it. But it's also like I need you to do it the right way. More money.
Yeah, and I will tell you a lot of respect to the A's. I know that they've locked up a lot of their young guys under extensions like this, like Jacob Wilson and Soderstrom and Butler and all those kind of people.
Rooker has an extension too,
and Rooker does too, right? So they've like locked up their core. It's a really like solid foundation that they're building out there in Las Vegas or Sacramento, whatever you want to call it. And like respect to them for trying to extend Kurtz at this price point, but it's not going to happen.
Need more.
100%.
Shout out my guy Nick Kurtz. I do have a question for you.
Yeah.
More likely to go 30-30 this season, Pete Crow Armstrong or Jazz?
Dude, this is an awesome question. So did Pete go 30-30 last year?
Yes.
So you're asking who's more likely to repeat their 30-30 season?
Yeah.
Ooh. I'm going to be honest with you. I think I'm going to go with Jazz. I think I'm going to go with Jazz.
I think I agree.
I think I'm going to go with Jazz because I think that the power year over year will translate for Jazz. And I think the stolen bases I think the stolen bases for both guys are always going to be there. I think it's a matter of power and how many home runs those guys are going to hit. Dude, PCA struggled back half of last year. He was like a 600 OPS guy. Granted, awesome WBC. He hit a couple tanks out there for Team USA and looked great.
With protection.
Yes. But you're looking at it from a pure power perspective. Who do I think is going to hit more home runs? That's really the question that you're asking me here. I think it's going to be Jazz no matter what. Like, I think that's who it's going to be. He's going to get a lot of pitches, dude. Like Jazz is hitting either fifth or sixth in a Yankee lineup that has between Grisham, Judge, Bellinger, Rice, and Stanton. Like, there's a lot of protection there. Chicago's lineup compared to the Yankee lineup is not even close. Like, the Yankees have a far superior lineup. I think that year over year for a power sample, I think I'm going to take Jazz for sure because the bases are going to be there.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that one as well. What do you see for Adley Rutschman's future? Because the Samuel Basello kid is hot right now. He's a catcher. They're talking about maybe DH first base, whatever. He hit another home run yesterday, 110 off the bat, 1,200 OPS this spring. They're going to have to play him this year. Are you out on Adley Rutschman?
I personally am not, dude. I mean, like, think about this, man. Adley came up as top tight prospect in baseball. It's him and Bobby, right? They came up at the same time. Dude, he was a 5-WAR player for the first few years of his career. Like 2024, he was still like a 3-WAR player. Last year was super disappointing from him. But I think, dude, the skill set that Adley brings as a defensive catcher, as a switch hitting kind of guy who can display a little bit of power, I don't think that Adley Rutschman will be like a bottom 15 catcher in baseball for as long as we're here, right? I think that we can comfortably say that
he'll always be in the top 10 range.
Like a top 15, top 10 guy. So if you're the Orioles, why would you give up on a guy who's going to catch free every day, does a good job as a backstop, for a guy, Basayo, who probably long-term profiles as a first baseman or a DH? Like, he's not a great defensive catcher. I think that they can comfortably have the two of them in their lineup because the bat has always been there for Basayo. His calling card coming up was, this kid can mash. You just kind of have to fit him into your lineup. If he can come out and be the everyday DH or be the everyday first baseman and just let Adley catch every day, or like still have Basayo catch here and there to give Adley a day off, I think the two of them as a tandem can be awesome. But I'm not out on Adley, dude. I still think he can be awesome.
I agree. I you know, it's funny. I don't even want to be so Yankee coded, but I think like Basayo is like the Gary Sanchez thing.
I was thinking not necessarily Gary Sanchez, but I just said this about Ben Rice. It was kind of like
that's a way better
with
comp.
With Rice. With Rice, it was because remember, he was an everyday catcher. Like, he wasn't an everyday first baseman. They kind of just shoved him to play first base so he could learn it.
He didn't have the arm strength.
He could get his bat in the lineup. They were like, yeah, like he needs to hit every day. I think it's the same thing with Basayo. We're like, yeah, this kid can mash. He needs to be in there somewhere.
Yeah, I have Adley as a prime bounce back candidate. I don't know if you know
as well.
When he was at Oregon State with Quan.
Yeah.
One of the all-time great seasons. In the postseason, he got intentionally walked with the bases loaded.
Adley Rutschman?
Mm-hmm.
Dude,
Adley, like, people like, and I guess like I like college baseball. Like Adley Rutschman.
Adley.
Like in college, just absurd, dude.
Stud, dog. I don't think we've seen the last of him, man. There's no way. Like, there's no way that he's
if
just going
to move on from him. That would be crazy. I don't think they will. I think it's more of a fan thing.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's also like I always call it the shiny new toy theory, right? Like, I think that it works the exact same way in free agency. Like, when your team signs a new player or you trade for a new player, you look at them as this like shiny new toy in a shelf. Right. So like when you're a kid, you get a new toy, you think it's the coolest thing ever. You leave your old toys behind. But I think it's kind of the exact same thing with Basayo and Adley, because Adley came up and was awesome, kind of fell off a little bit. Basayo comes up and now he's awesome. And it's like, oh, new kid on the block, he's still gonna be great. So they're like ignoring what Adley can be and what Adley honestly has done, dude, because he's been like, he's like a 15-WAR player through the first 4 years of his career.
Yeah, 15
That's
WAR.
Not bad, dude.
They'll complain the WAR's gone down every year, but obviously games played in 2025 went down as well.
Yes.
He's the guy. Again, I do think it's more of a fan thing to me personally. But if they moved on from him, you'd have plenty of suitors.
Yeah, for sure. 100%. I mean, like, dude, there would be, I think, 22 teams on the phone.
Yeah, I mean, there's a 27-year-old 15-WAR catcher.
Yeah, like between 22 and 23 teams, I think he would be their everyday backstop right now.
Bingo.
Like, without a question. Yeah.
100% agree. Trey Savage beginning the season on the IL due to an issue with the right shoulder. If you look at the MLB pipeline, currently the number 3 pitching prospect. Now, it doesn't feel like a pitching prospect because obviously, like, I feel like as baseball fans, we got to see, know, and grow with him during the postseason, but didn't really make that many starts during the regular season. I don't think this is the end of the world. I do think he'll be back. I do think Toronto, like, adding Cease, like, that kind of shit matters. But just wanted to have that quick note. And then my last quick note, Roki Sasaki is going to start the year as a part of the Dodgers rotation per some reports. Roki year 2.
I mean, realistically, Chris, when you think about Roki and when he came over, he was super highly touted and everybody got real pissed off when he went to the Dodgers, but he was looked at as a starting pitcher. I think that for the general MLB fan, we now look at Roki as like the Dodgers closer who was awesome for them down the stretch last season. Awesome reliever. Mm-hmm. But they brought him in to be a starter, dude, and he flamed out as a starter last year. I think they could give it one more shot again this year. If he's not good again as a starter now, what are they going to do? Throw another $160 million at a starter like they do every offseason, dog? So like it's worth a shot, man, because like Snell's not healthy, right? So like if Snell comes back and Roki's not great, just shove Roki to the back of the bullpen again, dude. Like have him be the setup guy for Edwin Diaz.
Dude, it's weird because like Roki in Japan, 101. I believe he topped 102 out there. Like he was a flamethrower. His average fastball last year, Sam, 96. He can't throw strikes.
He was ripping, dude. He fell off. I don't know what it is, what the translation is between, because that's not, I feel like that's not common, right?
No, that kind of like, I mean, Tatsuya Imai is having a velo jump coming from the same.
Yeah, right. Like I feel like dudes that have come from MPB, like there hasn't been too much of an issue with like a velo thing or like even like a
the ball's a little bit smaller over there. Is the only thing. Spins a little differently, but
like I don't
to go from 101 to 96.
Yeah, dropping 5 is kind of crazy.
Yeah,
dropping 5. I'm curious at his inning totals in MPB now. Was he like a low innings guy?
No, but they go on like 6 days rest.
Oh, it's true. Yeah, there you go. That's probably why.
I saw him throw 100 on like I saw him throw 100 on like pitch like 110 out there.
Yeah, like dude, that makes no sense to me. I'm never gonna be able to piece that one together.
No, I won't either. I have the lasting image, and again, it's who I became, not who you met me as. I have a lasting image of him getting shelled and then watching the game from the dugout crying.
Oh, dude, in Philly.
Yeah.
Right, in Philly, yeah, and they tore him apart. And you want to talk about opposing fan bases to not want to mess with? Mm-hmm. That's the one, dude. But you get Torp in Philly, you're done, dog.
You're right, dude. That shit's crazy, bro. Philly is nuts, dude.
They're relentless, dude.
They're relentless. Hey, that's 30 minutes, Sam. I'm gonna get you out of here. Appreciate you. Hey, make sure you like, sub, follow, do all the things. We also, I mean, Sam's doing a great job with it. The team's doing a great job with it, pumping out a ton of content on Twitter, on Instagram, on TikTok. Go follow us on all 3 of those, and we will be with you guys soon. That's Sam. I'm Chris. Peace out.